Hey guys, welcome back. In this episode, I have absolutely no idea what we're gonna do, but it's a lunchtime live stream, so let's do this. All right, we are here for the lunchtime live stream, and I don't have any idea what we're doing, but actually I do a little bit. But I would like to say welcome back to everybody who is here. This one's starting a little bit late because I had a pretty busy day at work today, but I still have some more of the day to go, so we're going to have to keep this one to the 15 minutes, or at least we're going to try. So check this out. So in our last episode, we took a look at last lunchtime live stream episode. By the way, thank you for Console Kits for being in there again. We've been kind of having super fun doing this, and it's really been interactive and fun. Hot Pockets. So anyways, there we go. Are you having Hot Pockets for lunch, Hot Pockets? There's a guy named Hot Pockets that joins. Very cool. And his name's Hot Pockets, and I love Hot Pockets. So maybe we can get Hot Pockets to sponsor the stream. Hot Pockets. All right, anyways. Wait,
That's how Dad did it. That's how America does it.
And it's worked out pretty well so far. Okay, I'm going to get totally distracted because I'm back in my room where I have all my stuff. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I get really distracted. Oh man, you're lactose intolerant, dude. That sucks. I actually have a hard time with milk sometimes and stuff like that. So anyways, all right, we did the teardown of the Capcom, and as you guys know, hopefully my mouse is working here. There's 16 games on this thing, right? So if we look below, you'll see I have no water up here. It sucks. These are the 16 games. So, the games are actually, pretty good. And I did want to say they play well too, right? Because it's they've got like decent emulation on the system, so they play well. And you have those filters and stuff like that, so you can have the typical normal aspect ratio 4:3, or you can stretch it 16:9. Well, the funny thing is I didn't really anticipate that people would even give a crap about that Pandora's Box 11 board that looks exactly like it. So it's sitting right here below me. Unfortunately, I wanted to set up another webcam so I could have it on this thing. So last night I upgraded the joysticks to Sanwa sticks with the 4-pound springs, and then I put like they're just like some decent buttons. So it actually plays pretty well. But what I thought I would do just for fun, and hold on, I'm going to switch the HDMI source from this to the Pandora's box. So give me 1 second. And that doesn't look like the right one. Hold on. Come on. There it is. Okay. All right, so I switched it. So what I ended up doing last night is I went through all the games and put the exact same games list. So on this Pandora's box, there's close to like over 1,000 games or something like that. So I put all the same titles from the Capcom stick onto this. And the reason why I thought that was fun and I wanted to do that is because this costs about, I think I put the link in the description before. I think it's $150. I think I put it in the description of the video, but I think this is like $150. So the Capcom stick is actually pretty expensive. It's like $250 US. So that's kind of pricey, right? So for this, you get this for $150. And not only can you play all 16 games, oh no, it's not hard to change the games list. We're going to go over that actually. So we've got the thing right below us right here, although you can't see it. I'm sorry about that. I would lift it up, but it's taking up the remainder of my desk, so I can't do that. But it's sitting here. I put all 16 games. Actually, there's one game missing. Shoot, there was one game I couldn't find. Crap. I can't remember which one it was, and I actually brought the paper up with me, and I think I got rid of it. Shoot. All right, there was one game that's missing. But anyways, I got them all on here. The only things that you're going to see that's going to be different between this and the Capcom stick, though, is that although it's got all 15 of the games, I'm missing one, is that it's going to stretch all of the games out. So if you go to play a game, I'll put Final Fight on, for instance, it does stretch the image out, unfortunately. So there is no way to have them presented in their standard, aspect ratio on this box, which is kind of a bummer, but you can see, it plays pretty good. I'll go into this for 1 second, and then I'll show you how you would actually go through this thing and change the games list. Of course, I would pick Final Fight, which I'm surprised Daniel didn't say something about. So anyways, we can break back out of here. Oh, the other thing, too, that's better about this than the Capcom stick is that you can actually break back out to the games. And, yeah, Eco Fighters is on here, too. So you can break back out to the games, except it doesn't have to reboot. So the Capcom stick, right now, when you break out of the games, it reboots the whole entire system. This just goes back to the main menu. And it does have these, like, nice preview videos, which is kind of cool. So these ROMs were all ones that were already on this stick that I'm on right now. So you can see every single one of them except for one. I can't remember which one it was that I couldn't find, but they're all on here. So check this out. So what you would do if you want to add or remove games from the games list, there's this little button on the back of the unit, and you press it, and it'll bring you back into this. Oh, it's going to play this ungodly music, though, so hold on. Hold on, ready? Listen. Hello. Welcome back to Lifestyles of the Rich and Retro. I'm RetroRalph. Here on the show today, we're going to show you a little bit about the Pandora's box. It's more affordable than that Capcom fight stick, but we're rich, so we don't care. We buy both of them. Anyways, that's my, if you guys have never saw it, I did this whole Lifestyles of the Rich and Retro. It was a joke, obviously, but anyways. Okay, so let's go to game setting. Welcome back to Lifestyles of the Rich and Retro. Okay. Yes, I have a big, yeah. All right, game settings. So you go to game settings, and then in here, you can see everything with a circle and a slash through it is not being displayed. So imagine I have 271 pages worth of games on here, and what I do is you go to the edit list. So you go to edit games list, which is B, and now it says display all. So I don't want to do that because I actually hit or hide all. So I basically started and I did hide all, and then I went and selected the games I wanted. This actually has a ton of games on it, so I'm not saying that the emulation is perfect on these things, because if you've played with Pandora's boxes before, you know that that's not true. There's definitely, emulation issues on these things, and this and one thing that I talk about, and I've kind of got into arguments with people about this, believe it or not, is that, who's the original Pandora's box vendor? And really, you could argue that the original Pandora's box vendor is the Pandora's box store on AliExpress, which used to be the 3A Games store. So it's hard to kind of, sort of source it back to 3A Games store, but it seems like 3A Games was the first actual Pandora's box, and then everything else kind of like cloned off of that. So as you know, in China, there's not a lot of rules around this stuff. So someone will create something and there's a million clones. A good example of this was actually a couple years back when everyone was all hopped up on the hoverboards thing. I remember there was an article out there I read about the guy that invented the hoverboard and how much of a bummer it was for him. He was like going to all these conferences and showing it off, and all of a sudden someone ripped off the idea, and in China there was a million clones of the thing. I always felt bad for that guy because, he's not at all reaping the benefits of a product that actually really did take off in America, despite some issues with batteries and stuff like that. So you can see Darkstalkers Night Warriors is actually highlighted there. That's I put basically display that one. So if I wanted to hide that one, I'd hit A and it would hide it. So if there's any of games I want to see, like as I go through this list, let's say, because right now we know I have about 15 games on the list. Let's say we wanted to have Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition Turbo. I would just hit A on that, and I'll show you how this works. So there was actually... Daniel's going to make fun of me for this, but I was surprised to see that they have Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3 on this. I don't know why they have the word hot next to it. I guess they must be marketing this to me because I think those games are hot. Oh, wait. That's not what I wanted. Yeah. No, not CP3 or R2D2. It's not how I wanted. Yeah, those games are hot.
That's how Dad did it.
That's it. Okay, stop. Okay, I'm going to get ADD. We only have 15 minutes. I know R2. I don't know what I was thinking there. Anyway, so you can unhide the games that you want. It's got a bunch of different ones. If I wanted to unhide Golden Axe, I could unhide Golden Axe. Final Fight 2, Final Fight 3. This has actually console games on it too, which I thought was interesting. Console kits, console games. 7 minutes remaining. Okay, so I'm going to make sure. Thanks for the time check, because I have to keep to the 15 today. There's a bunch of stuff. Shock Troopers, there's some Neo Geo stuff on here. They actually do identify, I think on the list it actually says like MVS and AES for the ROMs, which is pretty cool. So basically, let's say I decided these are the games I want to roll with. You press D for back, and then D for back again, and then you just do save settings and reboot. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take the... No, I don't want to mess with it too much. All right, I'm going to say save settings and reboot. So at this point, it's going to reboot. You'll see it drop off my Elgato real quick, and then it'll come back on. It might mess with my HDMI switch. I'm not that sophisticated up in the studio right here. I actually have everything going through an HDMI switch into my Elgato. I can switch about 12 devices, but, oh, interesting. It's taken a little while. Hopefully this, live demos, sometimes they're not the best, but all right, no signal from the Elgato. It should bounce back here in a second. The Pandora's box does take a little bit of time to reboot, but it's not as slow as like a Pi. It's usually pretty fast. So once it boots up, you should see the extra games that we added to the list. This stick is way nicer now that I have the Sanwa sticks on this thing. This thing was not feeling very good. I mean, when I say this had, my friend Wicked Gamer and Collector calls them the wiggle stick. This had wicked wiggle stick. I mean, hardcore wiggle stick. So now you can see those games I added are actually here. So if I want to play Streets of Rage, for instance, which of course I would pick Streets of Rage, I mean, it was like my game as a kid that I just freaking loved. Is there a Pandora's box that keeps the aspect ratio? I actually have not seen one that does 4:3 at this point. I never have. And I've tested quite a few of them. But there you go. That's your, I don't know. I haven't checked to see how the audio emulation is on this game because, sometimes Streets of Rage is a little tough. I'm done with you picking Streets of Rage. Hey, whatever. It is what it is. Let's see. I did the thing. I do this every single time, so I don't know how these buttons are mapped. I'm assuming that was A, so let me just see. This should be jump. Hold on. Yeah. So, I mean, it plays fairly well. So not only do you have the games from the Capcom stick on here, but you've got... Yeah, the front-end UI is not bad, man. I don't think it's bad either. So that's the Pandora's box. Now, you can... You hold start and coin, and then it gets you back. But you could also... Some people buy Pandora's boxes to put in arcades, right? They'll mod, like, a full-size arcade, or they'll put it in, like, an arcade 1-up. I'm still on the fence as to what I want to do with the at-game system. I feel like they're giving us enough offerings and added features that I'm not really feeling like I want to mod it. The only thing I really feel like I want to do with it is maybe, potentially I would like to... put some graphics on it. It's not the prettiest looking thing in the world. So, yeah, we need some graphics on that puppy. New games added. Both controls work out of the box. Yeah, so the games are actually on this device, guys. That's the thing. So this, even though it's kind of shady, this thing comes with the games already preloaded. You don't put any of the ROMs on here, so it's got like 1,000 games on it. It has a little bit more than 1,000, I think. I don't remember the full count, but what I'll do is before I get back to work, I will I'll actually, it looks like there might be some audio issues on this one. Let me see. I can't tell. Before I get back to work, I'll actually put the link in the description for you guys. I bought this on Amazon, so I'll actually put a link in the description for you. But keep in mind, guys, Pandora's box, emulation's not perfect, right? So don't expect this perfect experience. If I was going to buy a Pandora's box, I would probably buy the Pandora's box 6. That's the one, as long as it's if you find a stick that has the Pandora's box 6 in it, it's the green board. That's my favorite one. I feel like they do a decent job with the emulation on that one. But this one's not bad either. I'm going to hold start and select. Yes, I replaced the sticks. So the sticks, if you were going to get this, guys, you're going to save money, but you're going to need to replace the sticks. They're really, really bad. They are not good at all. Not good. So you just gotta, you gotta do that, man. I'm not... The thing is, right, if you're going to play games on it, you want it to be a good experience, and especially if you're thinking about how this was maybe replacing an experience you remember from the past of the arcade. Well, the arcade would have had good sticks, right? So most of those systems had to stand the test of time and multiple people playing, so you really needed to, it's worth it to then go and put the right joysticks on it so that you're feeling like, you're going to get the right experience out of the box. Don't mess with joysticks. You don't want crummy joysticks. So I'm not really a big fan of like the Sanwa clone sticks because a lot of times they're not very good. But yeah, all the games are on here. They play fairly well. I'll put the only game that wasn't on here. Did the buttons feel okay? I replaced the buttons actually too. But you can get like pretty cheap kits. So if you remember, this is $149. You figure your Sanwa sticks are going to cost you, we'll call that like another $40. So now we're almost at $200, and then you could probably get buttons for fairly inexpensive. So it's not bad. I put Sanwa buttons and Sanwa sticks on it. I can show a picture. You know what I'll do is something that I haven't thought about doing that I was thinking about doing is after these lunchtime streams, I'll actually go back and in the community page on YouTube, post a picture of the thing that we tested, right? So, because sometimes I'm going to be able to show it and sometimes I'm not. I really do think if we're going to keep this format alive, and trust me, guys, I would love to do them every day. It's just this week I worked from home, so it was easier for me to do. But I was thinking about putting additional cameras around the studio up here so I could show, pictures of what you need to do. Actually, it was really easy to replace the stick. So what I'll do is I'll post a couple pictures of those to the community page. And then if you follow RetroRalph LLC on Facebook, I'll put some pictures on there too. So just so you can see it. But no, actually the cool thing about it, it's plug and play with a Sanwa stick. If you unscrew this, it actually has 4 screws around the joystick. You literally unscrew all 4 screws, you remove the connector from the Sanwa stick, and it's actually plug and play. So it's really, really easy for you to do it. Anyways, we're trying to stay for the time. Console Kits is giving me the 30-minute warning. So I'm going to play us out with the intro music here, if it actually works. Let's see. Oh, it worked. All right, well, anyways, I would like to say thank you again for all of you that joined. These are really fun. I know they're brief. I know, whoa, the applause is crazy there. I know that, I know that there's not like all the information in the world packed into 15 minutes, but I try to give you as much as I possibly can. So anyways, if Pandora's boxes are something you're more interested in and you want to dive deeper, my buddy Wicked Gamer and Collector has a lot of stuff on that. He's got a Pandora's Box playlist. I have some stuff on Pandora's Box too, but there's so many options, so it's really easy to make a wrong choice, right? So make sure you do your education up front on Pandora's boxes. And I'm not even saying this Pandora's Box 11 is that great, but I don't know. Right now, the way the Capcom stick is, unless they do some kind of enhancements to it over Wi-Fi and stuff, just that's a lot of money to spend on something when if you wanted to just kind of hack around on those games, a Pandora's Box is going to be more affordable for you. Again, if you're super anal and want the 4:3 aspect ratio, you're gonna be a little stuck there. But guys, I don't know. I'm super pumped. I feel like these have been really, really fun, and I want to thank Console Kits, my buddy Daniel as well, DLW Games for coming and joining and helping moderate these. But they've been really, really fun. And one more thing, I gotta plug. Justin Console Kits created this really cool application, and I put it in the community page of my YouTube. Where you're able to find deals on arcade 1-ups. So really, really cool. Go check that out. So if you're looking for like a $75 1-up or a cheaper 1-up that you want to mod, Console Kits has your back on that one. So go support him. Definitely subscribe to his channel if you can. But anyways, that's it, guys. If you liked it, please like the video. Please consider subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, turn on notifications, and I want to hear your comments below. Are these things, these lunchtime streams, do you like them? And my hopes is I can do at least one a week, right? This week was exceptional because I just happened to be working from home and I just can't stay away from you guys. I can't stay away. But remember,
that's how Dad did it. That's how America does it.
And it's worked out pretty well so far. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Take care. Have a good weekend, too, by the way.